because if at least two candidates are left standing when the Republican campaign comes to California, the very first question I want to hear asked at the debate is, are you in favor of porn stars being required to wear condoms? There is no better trick question for the Republican candidates. These are the candidates who swear that the only greater evil than government regulation is, of course, taxation. And the measure that will be on the ballot in California with those Republican candidates not only calls for regulating the wardrobes in porn films, but it imposes a fee. Really, it's a tax, really. It's really a tax on porn producers to pay for government inspection of porn film sets to make sure the actors are complying with the new government regulation. Porn producers hate this thing. You would think anything that's bad for the porn business is something prudish Republican candidates would want to, I'm not going to say get behind. The problem for Republicans is that this is a classic liberal big government imposition of regulation and taxation on small businesses that Republicans swear to us are already overregulated and overtaxed. And it creates a new kind of government worker whose salary and benefits Republicans would always be trying to cut: porn set condom inspectors. Now, we know there is only one Republican candidate who would have no problem with this question in a California debate. Ron Paul would be vehemently opposed to the regulation and taxation of porn producers to pay for that regulation. But where do the rest of the Republican candidates go on this one? Do they choose to make life tougher for porn producers? Do they side with the AIDS Health Foundation that got the signatures to put this proposition on the ballot? Do they rewrite their anti-regulation, anti-tax chants to include exceptions for porn producers? Do they oppose the tax on porn producers because, as they always say, government already taxes small business way too much in this country? Or do they just stick with their principles, stick with their anti-tax, anti-regulation principles, and stand side by side with porn producers in the principled fight against condoms on porn sets? Rick Santorum, meet Stephen Hirsch. He is the founder of Vivid Entertainment, possibly the most successful porn studio of all time. He can pour more money into your campaign than you can count. And you two have finally found something you can agree on. The only people who hate regulation even a little bit more than Republican presidential candidates are porn producers.